if you got questions, just give us a call. So, you know, questions about transaction, whatever it may be, we're here to help. So,
Thank you.
put that out there.
All right. Bar,
Come on, let's go. Also, I'll get this up real quick. The days on market thing, we know it because we're in it all the time. But something I love to hit a seller with when we sit down. Mr. Seller, what do you think our average days on market are right now? I guarantee you they ain't gonna say 70.
Yeah.
You're not gonna introduce it?
All right, so we have your whole bio, Mike. So apparently there's a whole lot of questions that you guys had for your leadership team here at Capstone. And so Tyler and I are gonna get to interrogate them for a little while. And of course, all these questions are directly from y'all. And so everything that we ask you, we did not make them up at all. So y'all give it up for Brooke and Mike and Darren and Derek and Kim. Yeah. Scoot down, Mike.
Yeah, you can tell us down. That's
Wonderful. Okay, so this is incredibly serious and zero opportunity for laughing. And again, real estate is not fun at all. So understand that this is very serious. And I didn't write any of this. It's all from you guys. So, you know, if you're offended, you guys. Okay.
Wait. I do want to say that it's sort of like lining up for a firing squad, because what the panel didn't tell you last month was we gave them their questions a week or so ahead of time. So they had time to research all these smart answers that they gave you. Now we don't have a clue what these questions are.
All right. This is in no particular order, although there's. Derek, you've been an agent for 20 years, correct? How long ago did you stop using recap?
I'm gonna answer. So Brooke, how often do you ride horses to show it?
I've actually got a great picture of me with a horse and buggy, and I took a client to a showing with a horse and buggy.
Okay, well, that's supposed to be a joke question. Darren, what's it like being your brother's boss?
Which I knew. Mike, this is one I've really been thinking for a while. How much of company money do you spend going out to lunches? Actually, zero.
He does it. I can attest to that.
Okay.
And I'll tell y'all this on a personal note. When I stop taking people out to lunch, then you'll probably know there's somebody else in my life.
And last one here, Kim, if I go to real estate jail, would you come see me?
Okay, quick answers. Don't think too hard about this at all. Mike, what is your favorite cereal?
I haven't had cereal in 20 years, but I remember.
Okay, that's enough. Darren, your favorite Darren, favorite sports team? Great. Brooke, you live on a farm, so you've probably done this a lot. Last pet you buried?
My dachshund.
Okay. I want to get two words. Kim, what is your favorite TV show? Okay. Derek, Suits. Derek, Boston Briefs. I'm just reading the question. I just read what's on the front.
Not us.
Mike, have you lived longer with or without your ARP card?
Actually, low.
Okay. Do the one, yeah.
All right, starting down here, one word, real estate, why? Too long. There you go. Real estate, why?
Why, or what do I think of when you say
Why?
real estate?
Go.
Flexibility.
Real estate. Money.
You can earn billions.
One word, no. Good. Very good. It can be really hard for you five to answer this. So any one of you can answer this if you want to. What is the most difficult not Capstone brokerage to work with? I know so many. Does anybody want to answer that? We're not recording this at all, so it's fine.
It's being recorded.
Okay.
What's the flat fee? I'll say that one. flat fee.
Yep, flat fee.
What's that?
I don't know, Cliff sucks, Cliff.
Cliff Jensen, Cliff
One of
Jensen.
those shows.
And then follow up that, what's the most annoying capstone agent to work with? Yeah.
Somebody say more.
No, just speak truth. Okay, don't answer that. All right, serious questions. So any one of you can answer this. Derek, you probably won't want to, but what is the top transactional complaint that comes across your desk? And you can take more than a minute to answer.
Yeah,
this. We don't need all of you to answer, but top transactional complaint.
What's about the other agent?
You say the other agent?
Yeah, I'm saying,
You must listen to more drama than I.
oh, I got drama all day long. Everybody talks about the other agent, and I won't take up the time, but that's the biggest problem that we have right now, is everybody's trying to beat up the other agent when we're on the same team.
Anybody else?
I cannot believe you didn't say Ernest.
I was about to say, Ernest Money and section.
We'll go.
I was
Those
gonna
are the
say
biggest
Ernest
right
money,
now.
Ernest
Yeah.
money, Ernest money.
Yeah.
Who gets it? When do they get it? Why don't I get it?
Anybody else?
How mutual releases work? Can you go back on the market as soon as you get verbal confirmation, or do you have to hold until afterwards?
Does anybody want to hear the answer to that?
Yeah.
Ask Mike in Alabama and ask me in Tennessee.
In Alabama, they say talk to the attorney. However, if you look at it, the person, if the buyer has issued a mutual release, most attorneys have said, told the MLS, that you can put it back on the market because the only person that can complain about it has issued that mutual release, which is saying, I want to void the contract. Nobody else cares about it going back on the market. So that's what I've been told. If you have any questions, please call Jeff at Foundry.
There's Ernest, but
There's also in Alabama, there's something called an anticipatory breach. So even if there's not a mutual release signed, if there's been outward, something in writing or email that somebody's about to back out, that seller has a right to mitigate damages and relist it. So, that is an option under Alabama law.
I had a dispute once over, the earnest money, and it was due to a request for repairs, and there wasn't an agreement on that. And so we were fighting over the earnest money on who should get it. So if there's a dispute over that, can they still put the house back on the market? That happened years ago, but I just thought about it.
Thank you.
The two issues that are addressed in the mutual release, voiding of contract and disbursement. Those two things that are issued. They all agree that they're going to void the contract. The dispute comes with disbursement.
They could drag their feet for years though.
Correct. All right, continuing same vein, what is the most common contract error you'll have to do? Yeah, so.
So
Oh, I'm gonna say that's first.
I'll just say, so I mean, since the new changes have happened, we've been seeing them with the commissions. So filling in the blanks incorrectly, I always tell my agents to put NA on the other portion of it, because in Tennessee, you got what commission you expect, but then you also have a flat number that you could expect, so inapplicable on some of those, leaving those blanks open is kind of dangerous, so that's one of the things that I see.
I'm gonna leave you with what I think you're gonna say. It's not well, I guess it is a mistake, just not filling in every little blank on the contract. Like, fill in the most I see is people not filling in the financing part of it. And it's not that it's not a contract, it's not there, but it's just professionalism. Like, find that out. It's not hard to get those numbers, but just fill out, tell that full picture when you make the offer. So just filling in a complete contract would be the thing I see. But
I think rewriting provisions that may or may not need to be there. Are we?
That's it. Like you said.
We can't put anything about earnest money in there, and we see that often, and it just gives a false pretense between our clients or our buyers and sellers as to what that says, because it's not upholdable unless we have a mutual release.
What about when you receive a contract that has that in there?
Strike it. It's
Oh,
unlawful.
that's.
It's unlawful. And to clarify on it, there was a rule that was implemented, and I think it was in October, that clarified, because people were putting earnest money into the contract. You cannot predetermine where earnest money goes. And so the Real Estate Commission clarified their rules that said that earnest money could be dispersed by mutual consent upon the termination of the contract or shortly thereafter. So that eliminated, when you get it on the contract, it's unlawful. You cannot predetermine. And they clarified it by saying that the only time a mutual consent can be, and that's the only way earnest money can be dispersed, is upon the termination or shortly thereafter of the contract. So therefore, the contract's voided, all the verbiage, everything that was written into the additional provisions gone. So that's it.
So, Mark, before you go to the next one, I want to say about filling in the contract, that as a listing agent, if I get two exact same offers and one is completely filled out and one is not, I'm taking the filled out one every day, twice on Sunday.
Yeah.
Because they know what they're doing.
Kind of similar, but what is the most annoying, like, y'all should know this by now, question you get asked by agents here?
I feel like this is all about mutual releases and earnest. It's all the same.
I still have people in, and it's nobody here, but people that write an offer up once order, and say, where do I put the commission in? How many times have we gone over it in these trainings and going on the contract? So you know this, but we'll get a random call that says, what am I gonna do about commission? So those are the things, not attending training unless addressing commission.
What else?
How quickly to turn the earnest money? Can I hold it for a week if I'm out of town? You know, just little stuff like that. And we can do this through Dotloop, y'all. So nobody has to turn in a check anymore if you don't want to. We got the great option in Dotloop to do your earnest money. Just send it to them. It's a little fee, and then done. You don't have to worry about
I would lose on time.
I don't care.
it.
Okay.
Tyler,
Best,
10 minutes.
10 minutes, best advice for newbie agents.
Make training and knowledge. Come to for the training and practice your consultation and presentation. But you've got to have the knowledge of these documents in the process.
Immersion. So I had somebody try to discourage me before I got my license. They said, you know, real estate is a lifestyle, not a career. And if you're not ready to jump in with a lifestyle, you're not going to make it. And he was being discouraging, but it's true. You have to immerse yourself. You know, I know you can do part-time, but you got to jump in wholeheartedly. You got to live it, eat it, breathe it, and become it. And people will feel that and they'll come to you. You don't even have to spend a bunch of money once you do that. You just have to let it ooze out of you that you love your career, you love people, and it'll take care of itself. And of course, training, obviously. But while you're getting your training, attend every event you can, meet your lenders, meet your pest control company, take them out to lunch, just do everything that you can do while you don't have business, because then you're going to get so busy, you're going to forget to do that, then your pipeline's going to get really empty. So immersion from the very beginning.
No.
I'd say put blinders on with, especially getting into new like shiny objects to pay for this lead, buy this system, do this thing. There's so many free, like tried and true things that you can do that don't require any investments or any money. So when you're starting out, do those things. And I mean, you can do those things for a long time before you ever have to spend any money on lead gen or buying a newer system or investing in this thing. So I'd say that, and now, not when I started, but now whenever, like, also keep the blinders on with like all the social media stuff. And that means like, we have a lot of people coming to the office that are like, so-and-so's doing this much, and I see so-and-so doing this much, and why can't I sell that much? And it's, most of what you see on social media is not even true. Like, we see the numbers on the back end. It's like, and so I would say, just put your head down and just work and just do the things you're supposed to do, and don't get distracted with the noise and what so-and-so's doing across town or, you know, what so-and-so says they're selling, you know, on social media. So, I was, blinder, all that stuff, sorry.
And I've got something, obviously, not a broker, but, I'm big, and that's how kind of I started out. I started out on a team, get under someone that knows what the hell they're doing. And maybe they'll give you some stuff every now and then, and you can get better and you can grow your craft. Because you're losing out some money joining the team, but also what 0% is zero.
Mentorship, get a mentor or get somebody that'll take you alongside them, take you to showings, spend some time with you.
And do the boring stuff. Do it every single day. It'll outwin talent all the time.
Derek, yes.
I was gonna piggyback off of what Tyler said, which if you're an individual agent and you're not on a team or you don't work for a builder, get 3 or 4 agents that are doing the same things you're doing. Because you're gonna have days where you come to them for questions, but then there are other times you just need somebody to go pick up your sign or do something, you know, because you got a sick kid or sick family member. So I think that's really important to learn from them, but also just having that camaraderie with other individuals.
Okay, so that was the new agent. Put your experienced agent hat on. Agents that have been in the field or done real estate for, 5 years or more. Sometimes we get bad habits, not just laziness or arrogance or like, hey, we got it all figured out, but what would you wish non-newbies would remember or do more or less of? So experienced agent side, go.
So I think it's very important that as we just get busy and rolling through the day-to-day motions, that we treat our business as a business. So create your growth path, never stop learning, and do those things in excellence, because I think those are 3 key pillars of what keeps us in the business as experienced and existing agents and allows us to continue to grow and thrive. If we never stop learning, we're still growing, right?
I'd say similar to what I said a minute ago, which is just, you obviously did things to get you to the place you're at now, and I see a lot of people stop doing those things. It's like they reach a level and then they just say, oh, well, I gotta do something new, and it's kind of the shiny object, thing again. It's boring, but it works, I mean, just doing the same things repetitively over and over again, they got you to where you're at, so keep doing those things. There's a reason it worked in the first place.
I alluded to it when I talked about the numbers, but the processes. 5 years ago, 4 years ago, we gave up on the processes because business came to us. We need to go back to the processes to generate that business. You're always prospecting and you're always generating. So we have to get back to that.
Continue to play well with others regardless. Don't send it off to your transaction coordinator or assistant if it gets hard. Do the work yourself, because you may have another deal with that next agent and you've blown them off because you're too busy, you're too big headed. That'll bite you in the butt.
There's a couple more questions. You guys pretty much answered.
Yeah, I feel like that's pretty good. Tom?
6 minutes.
So I was going to just let you guys go. I mean, you basically gave really good one-liners there. Is there any one other thing that each of you would want to share as you have the stage?
Just do it. Do real estate. Be confident. Even if you're in the very beginning, you have to exude confidence that you know what you're doing. You do. You've got a great broker behind you, a great company. Use that to your advantage. You don't have to go tell everybody you're brand new. Use your company, all the hundreds of years of experience in this company, and just don't ever feel like you're the underdog because you're just getting started out.
I like to be, well, you're doing better than you think you're doing. And that's the comparison game. If you guys look at national stats on what the average real estate agent sells in a year, I mean, everybody in this room is out. And so, but it's really easy to get down because there is this idea of like, and it's a business that sees this, right? And so it's really easy to get discouraged in the valley part of that. But that's when you stop doing the things you're supposed to be doing. And so just having a really healthy mindset with everything and finding contentment in whatever you're doing and not, there's nothing wrong with chasing. We're in sales. So, right, there's an element of like finding like that worthy opponent or that worthy rival that you're in a healthy way. But make sure you find contentment in what you're doing, whether that's selling 5 houses or selling 100 houses. And don't get discouraged. I see a lot of discouragement in this business. And I mean, you guys see it. You'll see people that will come on the scene and you're like, whoa, who's this person? And then 5 years later, it's like, where did that person go? And it's burnout. It's not having a healthy work-life balance. So it's kind of a ramble there, but find contentment. Yeah.
Don't do life alone too, right? Like one amazing thing about Capstone is we have such a warm, welcoming, inviting culture. Find that accountability partner, hold each other to, all those back to basics that we talk about. Jump in on a training. If that's not going to be your thing, then find someone that will role play with you or go through your business plan with you or just help hold you accountable to making sure that you're taking those next steps, because it's a lonely business, right? And everybody's in competition, but the beautiful thing is we've created an environment where we're all here to help each other, whether that's your brokers or the person sitting next to you in this room. Lean into that and don't take it for granted. Like, we're here. We truly want to see every single person not only in this room, but in this company, succeed and continue to outweigh everyone outside of these four walls. So that's what we're here for, and lean into that.
Darren gave me some advice almost a year ago, and I used it probably every other day. Culture eats strategy. Right. No, I know you.
I know y'all know that quote,
Yeah,
so.
but that's what you told me. I had not, and I used it, and every time I used it, somebody, you can see them line up. It's true. Take advantage, like Kim said, take advantage of their capstone. Okay? Everybody else wants.
Say it again.
I said, who me? I said, take advantage of what you got.
No,
Well, treat strategy.
For breakfast.
But you got the best culture around, you got the best support staff here. Take advantage of it.
I'd say get trained to build your confidence and then just build relationships. It doesn't matter what your business model is. You want to work with buyers, sellers, builders, developers, you name it. It's all relationship driven, but just knowing somebody and thinking, assuming they're going to use you is not how this works. If you're trained and you're ready and confident, relationships are going to marry that together, and that's when it's.
Anything from out there?
we really do have some of the best. I know I give you all my time. But it's a special place here.
Yeah. That's all we got. I'll say thanks to,
Thank y'all for coming.
Thank
okay, bye.
We'll be around for any questions or clarification. Thank you.